Pauline, it's so great to see you again, and it looks like you are in the right space at the Mālama Learning Center.
It's just been a blessing to be able to do this kind of work because it's my passion, and every day I can feel like I'm doing something very positive that fits who I am.
And maybe you can explain a little bit more about what the center does and why it's a passion for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, Malama Learning Center, we're a small nonprofit organization, and a lot of people ask us, where's your center? I want to go see it. Actually, our center is the environment. It's all over. We're at different schools, we do different programs, but mostly it's outside. It's in the parks or in the forest. That's our outdoor classroom, and people come to us, or we might go to them and bring some of the plants that we're growing. We have a variety of programs, but I think our core program really focuses on restoring the Aina, the land and the sea, and we do it through growing native plants. So it's a real rejuvenation of the land as well as the people.
You know, we're at a time now when we're talking about regeneration as well. Our own psyches, right? How the academic programs are. How have you adjusted, and what will stay now that you know is effective?
For Mālama Learning Center, we were actually working at home, doing a lot of virtual stuff already pre-COVID. So when we were forced to do that more, it was an easy transition, but what was not so easy was how do we work with the schools? Because normally they would come to us in the forest or the ocean.
As an excursion or?
As a field trip. We call it huakai, right? DOE did not allow that. And it was for rightful reasons, but it was also unknown for how long. 1 semester, 2 semesters, the whole year, it was so uncertain. So not just our organization, we all had to figure out how can we still do our jobs, but in the environment that now we're allowed to do it in.
In retrospect, it was actually quite exciting, right?
Well, at first it's stressful.
Of course.
How are we going to do this? We got to turn everything into videos. How do we teach nature videos, online? And it's not the perfect situation, of course. You want to be outside. You want to feel the sun on your skin. You want to touch the ground. But there are ways to reach out further. And we even gave kids kits to take it home. And okay, now we're going to be doing this with the seed. And and I think we could reach more students. And frankly, some of the projects we had were, I think, higher quality.
So how do you inspire or motivate even the curiosity to put one's hands in the earth?
That's related to a question someone asked me, like, how do you get kids interested in the environment? It's so easy. It's a natural. We just have to allow them to be there and make it okay for that to be their classroom. They want to be there.
Well, and it's a little ironic living in Hawaii, where we have such beautiful weather most of the year.
Right.
I mean, all of the year.
Right.
And historically, we've been outside. So, what ideas can you share with parents to encourage them to connect with the Learning Center and enable their kids to be outside?
Yeah, well, we're running a summer school program called the Malama Aina Field School, and it's running, as we speak. Every day or every other day, we're doing things outside. We're connecting science, English, math to the Aina. And they're learning about their place, where they live, Waianae, Nanokuli. They're learning about all these things. And what our goal is, we want field school to be real school. And so we've been inviting teachers from other schools to observe and be part of it. And we know this format is not going to work for everybody, but maybe there's at least a component. So we really would love the schools to open up and allow the students to share their enthusiasm for learning through how they get motivated. And I'm telling you, we have some students who the counselors will be like, they got perfect attendance? They're usually in my office, for not coming to school. And it's because they want to learn this way and they feel pride in their home. And I think that's one of the most important things.
Well, and there's so much conversation about doing things differently, in Hawaii now as we're moving into more of the 20s, to be able to breathe fresh air again. Last parting words to the audience as we wrap up our conversation.
Well, I think what we'd really like to encourage is not just the learning about the Aina, but knowing that this can be a career field. So we have a program called Hawaii Green Collar Institute, teaching people about the different jobs you can do that help support the Aina. We call it making a living while loving the Aina.
Oh, I love it.
And, you know, we would love for students to just explore and for parents to know that that's okay. They can really do well.
It's the quintessential meaning of Mālama pono.
It is.
Yeah, thank you so much for the work that you do and for offering it to the schools. And we're going to look forward to more schools signing up, more teachers exploring, and more children actually going into the field of preserving and regenerating Hawaii.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate this chance to talk.
You've just had the pleasure of meeting Pauline Sato, who is Executive Director for the Malama Learning Center. Mahalo for being with us.